So I was asked, I'm sorry, I was asked about the legislation I think you asked about. As I understand it, and I think this is operative, you can correct me if I'm wrong, legislation inspired by Britney's case was introduced into the California legislature, I believe, today. Is that correct? The Assembly will substantially change, the bill will substantially change, as I understand it, the probate conservatorship system, making it harder initially for judges to establish conservatorships in the first place, and easier for people to get out of conservatorships. The bill also requires the court to appoint counsel and schedule a hearing immediately if a person wishes to terminate his or her conservatorship. Next, the bill, as I understand it, also requires conservators to consult and make decisions aligned with the conservatee's communicated wishes, which actually is part of the conservator's handbook now, but I believe it will be codified into law pursuant to this bill. One of the first things I learned as a commercial litigator coming into this space of probate law, as Judge Penny pointed out at the first hearing I attended on July 14th, is what a conservator is supposed to do is act in the best interests of the conservatee. And that's something I believe this bill is going to address as well. I think it's fair to say that if this law had been enacted or on the books 13 years ago, Britney might not have been conserved in the first place, or there might have been a different type of LPS conservatorship, I believe is the proper terminology, which is a short-term, much more short-term conservatorship. What conservators are also supposed to do, what courts are supposed to do, is look at the least restrictive means and query whether that happened here as well. I'm not being critical of the court, but I believe that's something the system is going to address pursuant to this bill. So that's my take on the legislation. We think it makes sense. We support it. We're proud that Britney shined a light on some of the problems systemically, as I've said before, from California to New York. And I think I've summarized the bill, and we expect it to work its way through the legislature.